going on, guys? Today in the shop we're working on a Can-Am X3. It's been a race car and it's kind of been a half and half race car play car lately, so we're going to work on getting a new dash put in it. It was in a desperate need for an upgrade from the stock dash, so building a custom aluminum dash. Let's go check it out. So here's this Can-Am X3 I'm working on. I got cardboard template all mocked up for the aluminum dash. We're keeping the stock rugged DMU mount here, but I just replaced it and recut out a new one for all the factory Can-Am stuff to go into. So here's the mocked up cardboard dash. I got a spot for the gauge cluster to go into. We got a spot for a Lowrance or an iPad on the sides, and I'm gonna make a mount that can convert and go either or, so we can swap the Lowrance or the iPad from either side depending on if he's gonna be racing or if he's gonna be out playing. And then we're gonna do 2 radios. I actually just have one noted there, but we're gonna do 2 radios and the intercom in the center. And then we'll do some little rocker switches with circuit breakers underneath of them. And then I'm gonna do a battery switch in the center and a fuse box over on the end for all my accessory relays. So the main reason this one came in and kind of got the new dash started is it had a Switch Pros installed, and we kept having issues with the Switch Pros, and it would just glitch out really randomly, and you'd just be riding and it would just stop working. All the lights would just shut off. I don't know what was going on. I had everything wired correctly as far as like amperages and stuff. And then it had a weird issue where it was staying on and causing a big battery drain and causing the battery to go dead all the time. Had just a parasitic draw in it. And if you went in with the app and reset it, it would go away and it started working again. But it was just constant, like calling them and they tell us what to do and we reset it, and just a pain in the butt and just never ending. So hence why we're switching over to rocker switches and circuit breakers and go simple stupid. So here's where the rocker switches are gonna go, and then down here we had, since we're moving the radio up top, we had the rugged DMU here, so I ended up just cutting out a new one of these on the Plas table, and it holds the gauge cluster config switch and then the factory switches, and then I am going to get and put this turn signal one in here just because I had room for one to go sideways right here, the rocker switch. So I'm gonna actually get a new cover for this, or get a blank one, and I'll use my laser to laser engrave that, and then we'll end up with one extra, and we got the helmet pumper one right here. And then down here, these ones were old switches we already had in before, and it's just for the siren, for the race siren here, and then seat heaters. So I missed some steps in between videoing, but here is the dash all together. Got it all cut, it's all sanded down, everything's welded. I welded inside and out, just because I knew we were going to grind down the outside and didn't want to weaken the edges. So we're going to be using this style rocker switch, and we're going to be using this kind of a breaker on the panel mount. And then we're also going to be putting in a battery disconnect switch, as well as the belt temp gauge. Well, that'll go into the dash. Here is the switch panel. Haven't got it all drilled out yet, but we Cerakoted it and then lasered off all the lettering for what each switch is going to do. As far as radios and intercom, we're going to be putting 2 radios in. So we have the rugged standard DMU that holds the intercom and a radio, and then I'm going to stack this single radio DMU on top of it. So we're also going to be mounting in this Lowrance GPS. Before it had this mount that sat on the dash, So I actually took this guy and just scanned it and uploaded this into Fusion, and I was able to draw it all out on Fusion 360. And then we're using the stock cluster, and since it kind of uses these clips to hold it into the housing that it came in, I'm gonna retain that, and we'll just actually sandwich it with the faceplate. And this actually had like a little offset that stuck out for it to go into the housing. And so I went ahead and just sanded that all the way down flat so we can get it down closer, since we're not be able to go through, and then we'll just sandwich it into the aluminum.